welcome to our third segment today of Saving America. This is our segment that's called Just the Facts. And of course, many of us are concerned about issues involving the Asian American community. And we have just a terrific guest. Her name is May Wang. She is the Chief Operating Officer and Management Consultant for Mark Kamin and Associates. Make sure I get that right. And she comes to the United States from Taipei, Taiwan, where she got her bachelor's degree, and came to the University of Texas at Austin to get her master's degree. And then she moved to Houston in 2000. And she's going to tell us a little bit more about her background, but I wanted to dig in right away and welcome her to Saving America.
Thank you, Dr. Shine. Thank you for having me. Hello, everyone.
It's just terrific. So tell us a little bit about the transition for you. You go to the University of Texas at Austin in the mid-90s. Was that your first time coming to the United States?
Yes, it's the first time coming to U.S., landing in Austin. So Austin is like my home.
Yeah.
And it's the first time leaving home as well. So I've been living at home with my parents until 94, 95, came to United States.
Well, boy, that's some adjustment. Now, after you got your master's degree, how did you make the transition to staying in the United States? Did you do the OPT or something like that?
Yes. So my study is in adult education and human resource development leadership. So right after I got out of my 2-year study, I want to do the practical training, and my professor at the time, my advisor, had a consulting company. So I did my training there with him and just really love the conversation that we can make a difference with people at work, continue their training and education. So I want to continue to study here and therefore eventually stayed.
That's a great story. Tell us, as you know, there was a huge focus last week and this week on issues regarding Asian Americans and discrimination. And unfortunately, there has been a surge in discrimination issues regarding Asian Americans. I wanted to kind of track your history. So how did you feel at the University of Texas as an Asian coming to the United States for the first time? How did that impact you?
For me, it's quite subtle, but overall, I feel very welcome. I mean, in the university setting and with the cohorts, people in the graduate study coming from a lot of background. So I feel like the school does a lot of great work to prepare us on the culture in America. And fortunately, my class, we have about 14 of us, we call cohorts. Means we go through the 2 years together, do all the class together. And most of my cohorts are people are working in the organization. Like they come to school again from their work. They know the work, Dell Computer or Motorola University send them. So the people out there are already exposed to the conversation about discrimination, diversity. So I feel like the environment is pretty good for me. Like I didn't really feel in a way being discriminated, but the subtlety is a little bit very subtle. Like sometimes I do well at certain things and I will get a little comment that, oh, you're so good at this because you are Chinese. Chinese people are so smart. So it's kind of flattering, but in a way, it's kind of like diminish the hard work we put in, I put in. So, little things like that.
That's fascinating. How did you feel in terms of the greater Austin community?
I think it's great. I mean, I love that. Like I say, it's like home to me. It's more, for me, it's very diverse and liberal. And in a way, Houston is the same way. I think Houston is the most diverse city in the country. So we have a lot of people from different backgrounds. So I think it afford each of us an opportunity to learn, be open-minded.
Excellent. Now, tell us a little bit about you. So you come to Houston in 2000. Were you with Mark Kamin and Associates at that time, or what did you do before you joined that company?
I worked for an education company called Claremont Education for 1 year. And then after that, I transit to Mark Kamin Associates. So Landmark Education is a personal development company, and I'm really interested in business because I believe business institutions make a difference in a larger scales. So I was lucky to meet my boss, Mark Kamin, and start working there since then, almost 20 years.
That's fantastic. And tell us what kind of services that Mark Kamin and Associates provide, and then specifically what you do personally.
We specialized in training development, but our specialty is really creating working environment, creating a conversational culture where integrity and authentic communication is the cornerstone. So that's really what we focus on. And how I go about that really is from the very basic, that each one of us at work or inside of a team, we get clear what is my job, what's my accountability, what I promise to do, and from there create a structure where I do what I say consistently. It really creates a culture of trust. So, from time management skills to where you put our word, our email system, those things to really get streamlined. So when I say I'm going to do something, I have a support structure to deliver what I say. So each one of us can do that. It really shifting the conversation in the company about, from, oh, I don't know what we're doing to, well, I can say, here's what we're going to deliver. And that really produce productivity, performance is really a high level of leading what's next.